All right, so this is these are two first-time competitors. This is a great sport to get involved with if you like combat robotics. It's pretty easy. Lots of different ways to get involved. Next door to the Team Witch Doctor, Camp Witch Doctor is next door offering for sale their kits, their plastic ant kits that are easy to put together. Palm Beach Bots is another website where you can go and buy kits and all the parts you need. So lots of easy ways to get involved. All right, so we've got our first match loaded up. This is Ant Lash the Tick, which I'm assuming is the vertical spinner here to your left. And then closest to you is Triple D. What was the other way? He's Triple D. Ant Lash is over in the far corner for me. Drivers, are you ready? There's a shrug. A lot of confidence coming out on the first matches here. Timer, are you ready? All right, let's do this. Audience, help me count this in 3, 2, 1, fight. And both bots out and going for each other's tires. That's always a soft spot with these foam rubber tires. We've got a horizontal spinner versus a vertical in this case. Both of these are base model Viper kits, which is a great way to get started. But he's going to have to get out of that corner to watch those tires because they are a soft target. Big hit, big hit. I do think I see some rubber already coming off some of those tires. The horizontal's got to be careful on those wooden walls. Really easy to get stuck there. But both drivers having a little bit of trouble making connections. Minute 20 remain in this event. Stuck in the corner, gotta watch that horizontal in the wood wall. Okay. All right, so the other way we can lose a match here is if you don't show us movement in 10 seconds, you get counted out. We do BattleBot rules though, so any movement, even crab walking, is considered a move. We have 45 seconds remaining in this fight. And it looks like we're having some mobility issues there. And maybe even the battery seems to be dying a little bit. But we still have some movement with 30 seconds left. It looks like one weapon is down. Uh-oh. So we have 25 seconds remaining. This one might go to the judges. And I remind you, audience, you're part of our judge. Oh, we got to see some movement, though. Oh, and then we are seeing movement with 15 seconds remaining. This one is likely, and now going to the judges with 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that one is our first match at Megacon 2024. Brand new drivers. Was it fun, guys? All right, so this one's going to have to go to the judges. And you are part of our judging panel. All right, so in the corner, in this corner right here, this Triple D is the vertical spinner. Who has it for Triple D? Let's hear it. All right, then your horizontal spinner over on this side, Ant Lash. Who gives the fight to Ant Lash? Uh-oh. So it sounds like Triple D is leading the crowd favorite, but let's see what the judges say. In the meantime, you guys can go ahead and safety up and pull your robots out. Make sure you put the safeties back on those weapons before you take them out. All right, up next then, our next fight is going to be, let me pull up my bracket, Premfea and Crazed Madman is the next on the list, and let's see what the judges say. And your winner, by unanimous decision, Triple D. All right, that was a lot of fun. These drivers, this is both their first competition, so congratulations to both drivers. We'll be loading up our next fight here in just a second. That'll be Premfea, and I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that right because no one's corrected me yet. And the other voice of this competition, Crazed Madman, will also be loading in. He'll be announcing some of these fights throughout the weekend as well. So one of the things that we do when we're loading these in is we're very cognizant about safety. Safety is our #1 priority. Fun is another one. Build, fight, fun is even in the name. But what we need to do is when there are bots with weapons, we're always making sure that the weapons are locked before they are going into the arena, before they're powered up. These bots may look small, but I'll tell you, they will take your finger off if you're not careful. So a lot of starters in the hobby like to start with a lifter bot or a wedge bot. Very easy way to get involved, and therefore you don't have these really powerful spinning weapons. So it's a great way to get involved in this sport. If you are interested, you can find these events. There's a website, you've heard me mention it a couple times now, buildersdb.com. That's a builders and a D and a B. The letters D, Delta, and B, Bravo. And that's a great website for local events. There's a bunch of them this month, as a matter of fact. I think there's one next weekend, and then there's another one coming up a couple weekends from now in Port St. Lucie County Fair. Getting involved, there's lots of places you can do that. We do, as I mentioned before, we have Camp Witch Doctor next door, hanging out with our friends at Maker Effects. You can see their kits that are for sale. Easy to build, no tools required, no fabrication. They just kind of go together with some basic tools. Also, palmbeachbots.com is another one who helps us put these events on and has a great website for various different kits and bot parts. We also have up here some merch if you're interested. Robot Ruckus is the organization putting that on. That's part of Maker Faire Orlando. If you haven't been to Maker Faire, we were there this past November, and we had 150 or 60 bots compete. 1 pound, 3 pounds, 12 pounds, 35 pounds. So if you've never been there, you should go check that out next fall. I don't know the dates have been announced yet, but we want to thank Build Fight Fun for providing us the arena this week. Okay, so loading up in the box, we have Crazed Madman. He's going to be the wedge bot on your right, facing off against Prem Faya, which is on your left. Drivers, are you ready? Got 2 thumbs up. Audience, are you ready? Let's do this then in 3, 2, 1, fight. And both bots are out. Prem Faya's got that this is a new kit bot. I haven't seen it fight yet. It looks like it's pretty impressive though. Trying to get into that front wedge, but Crazed Madman, I think he's got some sort of titanium wedge on that thing. It's AR500, very hard steel. And so that horizontal spinner is going to have a hard time connecting with the front of that robot. So his strategy is going to have to be to get around the side to hit those wheels. You can see that there's a lot of force in that weapon, that horizontal spinning weapon, as it sort of pirouettes due to the force generated by the spinning of that weapon. Very quiet bot. Looks like he might be having some drive issues though. No, maybe it was just a trim issue. Going for those soft tires on Crazed Madman. Got to be careful about that. About a minute left in this fight. Well, you can hear that wedge is doing its job. It looks like there's some scratches, but not much else. If these do go to the judges are looking for 3 things. They're looking for damage, they're looking for aggression, and they're looking for control. And so they can award these points. They award various different points to the robots in each of those categories. So a bot like Crazed Madman, who's a wedge, is going to be all about control and aggression, whereas I already forgot the name of the bot. Prem Faya is going to be trying to do damage on those tires, but only about 20 seconds remaining in this one. So he's got to get around to the side. We see some material flying off, but I think Crazed Madman's done a pretty good job of not letting him get around. Less than 10 seconds remain. This one, another one, gonna go to the judges in 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's a fight. The second fight is in the bag. And so, like before, audience, you are our third judge. So if you think Prem Faya on your left, the gold bot on your left had this one, let's hear it for Prem Faya. All right, then If you think it is instead Crazed Madman who gets the crowd riled up and on his side, all right, well, we'll wait to see what the judges say. Thank you for your input. I'm not sure I've seen Destroyer fight before, but I can admit to being on the wrong end of Insomnia more than once, I think, at this point. It is a formidable bot. I do want you to take note of how carefully and precisely Insomnia will put his bot in the arena when he loads up. We got another first-time driver. And judges, do we have a final say on that last one? And again, another unanimous decision between the judges and the audience. Crazed Madman is your winner. Congratulations, Crazed Madman. You did win. Oh, he's surprised by this. Now, see how carefully he put that bot in there? Very, very, very careful. All right. Big G and Snowstorm, we're going to have you next, please. Big G and Snowstorm. All right. On your left side, we have in the black and purple Insomnia facing off against Destroyer. He's a first-time driver, and let's see how he does. Drivers, are you ready? All right, the drivers are ready. Timer, are you ready? Let's do this then in 3, 2, 1, fight. 2 minutes on the clock. Insomnia's got that brutal vertical spinning weapon fired up. Oh, we've lost a tire. That could be a problem for Destroyer. But he's still working, he's still operating. However, inverted, that vertical spinner is stuck up against the floor. Insomnia, though, gonna try to help him get right back on the right side. There we go. Still going, so motion is motion. Insomnia, though, chasing him around, and it looks like we've lost that front wedge. Oh, and that might be it. We're tapped out. Batteries exposed. Your winner by knockout, Insomnia. Hey, listen, Destroyer. He's done the same thing to me multiple times, so don't feel bad. That is a tough bot. All right, I'm going to hand you over to Madman, who's going to announce a couple of these next fights.
Hello, Megacon! I am your other commentator, the Madman 24, aka Ian. We're going to be fighting all day today and all day tomorrow. Come check us out at our select times. Our next fight is going to be in the Beetleweight division, the 3-pounders. It's Snowstorm versus Big G. And coming up after that fight, you'll have Hyperfixation versus Proto X. Here we go. Are you ready? In one side of the arena, he ain't no little G, he's a big G. And in the other square, he's got ice in his veins and he's ready to cause a storm. It's Snowstorm. Builders, are you ready? Megacon, are you ready? Let the ruckus commence in 3, 2, 1. Fight, robots, fight. Here comes Snowstorm. He's got that vertical spinner going again. Oh, Big G just slammed into the ceiling. Snowstorm using that vertical spinner to his advantage. Sparks flying as parts are going everywhere. Big G running on 4 wheels. Looks like he's already lost that weapon. He's on his head and there goes the wheel. Snowstorm, you can hear the death hum on that weapon. That weapon is not to be trifled with. More parts and pieces flying across the arena as sparks continue to fly. And one tire just got shredded. No littering in the arena, boys. That's a $25 fine. And it looks like Big G's down to 1 wheel. I don't think he can move. And it's a tap out from Big G. Your winner, Snowstorm. Now that's the destruction we're looking for here at Robot Ruckus. I am shocked. Big G hit the ceiling. I'm here with Alex from Snowstorm. You won dominantly. What do you got to say?
It was a good fight. I know he had a couple issues with his robot, but I wish him best luck in his next fight.
That spinner is scary. What kind of weapon is that?
That's a AR-500 steel custom weapon. That's part of the Peter Bar robotics kit from Repeat Robotics.
Repeat Robotics sponsoring and running multiple teams at this event. Wish you luck in the next few fights. Congratulations on your first win.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Snowstorm.
All right, we're going to continue on with our 3-pound class here. Next one is going to be the Rain facing off against the Food Fighter. So Rain and Food Fighter, if you are ready, feel free to start loading into the arena. But I'll tell you what, these 3-pound bots pack a whole lot more punch than the smaller ones. That's not to say the smaller ones don't hit hard, but oh my gosh, it's a whole different story when you see these big ones. A little bit about robot anatomy. If you've noticed, there's a couple of different weapon styles. Of course, the most basic is a wedge. That's a control bot. They don't have an active weapon. It's a great place to start, actually, because it is no active weapon, safe and easy. But their jobs are going to be to deflect and to control. Pulling in right now is Rain, and that is a vertical spinner, much like Insomnia we saw earlier. But that one, this one is a 3-pound compared to the 1-pound. And then Food Fighter pulling in right now is what's known as a beater bar, and it's a kind of also vertical type spinner, but got a little bit more surface area to connect with, although not quite as much reach. So drivers, are you ready? We have your left side in the pink and white, we have Food Fighter facing off against Rain on your right. Drivers, are you ready? All right, we're both in our corners then. Let's do this in 3, 2, 1, fight. And both bots ramping up those weapons. Rain just misses and then sends Food Fighter for a bit of a launch. With that long reach vertical spinner and those big forks on the outside, he can kind of control and focus Food Fighter into his weapon. However, I'm not seeing the weapon moving right now, so I don't know if that's strategy or if that's a problem. He did have him pinned up against the side there for a second. Food Fighter trying to get out of those wedges to make some contact and having a hard time. Those little forks on Rain really doing a good job of keeping him away. Driving him into the wall, you can hear him taking some chunks out of it. We saw some wood flying, but still no signs of life from that weapon with about a minute left on this. Rain taking him, and then Food Fighter does get that wheel off, but now he's stuck on it. This could be a problem. I'm not sure what we think on this. Is this a count out? What do you think, John? Are we counting him out? Is that movement? Oh, the weapon is spinning again, but it's gonna go. I think it's a countdown. We got to see movement in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is a wrap. Your winner by stranding, Rain. If it's stuck. Okay, so the ruling on that, just so everybody's aware, is if you see a bot get stuck in the arena, particularly because we have an arena with wood walls, and that is often a problem for horizontal spinners in particular. We'll let them do one unstick, but if they get stuck again, usually then that is a disqualification. But in this case, Food Fighter got stuck on a wheel, which is kind of an obstacle created by the match itself. So the ruling by the judges or the event organizers is that is not an obstacle of the arena, and therefore, if you can't get off the wheel, that is counted as being immobile. So that was how that one was decided. We're going back to our ant weights, I think. And we're going to be facing off Choloto versus Tyrone are going to be the next ones can load up in the arena. So Choloto, and there's a whole second word on that one, and I'm not even going to try. And Tyrone. All right, so we're loading up these next two bots, Chiloto and Tyrone. Uh-oh, did we lose our video feed? Oh, there we are. All right, so we've got two horizontal spinners facing off against each other. I think these are both kit bots from different builders. So on your right side, we have the new and improved Tyrone in the gold. And attending this is your second fight, I think, right? No, your second event. On your left, I already forgot how to pronounce it. Toloto. Whew. All right, drivers, are you ready? All right, then let's do this in 3, 2, 1, fight! And both bots have their weapons spun up, coming at each other. It's kind of hard on this diagonal to do the box rush. So a little bit of contact. Now I'm not sure. Yeah, I think the Tyrone, this is a new kit, I think also has the foam rubber wheels. So both of these bots are going to find those as soft targets. And ooh, big contact there. I lost there's Tyrone's in the corner. I can't see him from here. Uh-oh, I'm seeing bits and pieces coming flying. I'm not quite sure who that came from, but oh, another big weapon-on-weapon hit. And uh-oh, looks like, I already forgot again. This is not a word I'm apparently familiar with. We're going to have to see some movement. Well, I don't know, Judge, what do you think? It's spinning, so that's movement. That's BattleBots rules movement. So either she can tap out, or Tyrone's going to have to come up, and she taps. So your winner by tap out, Tyrone. Now he's stuck. If you could have held in there for just like 10 more seconds. It was an exciting fight indeed. Now listen, that the Viper kits, just to point this out, are 1/8" aluminum, right? So aluminum, of course, is soft, but if you look, there's some significant damage on the side of that. So even soft metal is still metal, and this should give you some idea of how much force these bots hit with. All right, so let's see who's going to be our next match. Hypnotic and Beef Supreme, if they're ready. Hypnotic and Beef Supreme, and on deck, Pushy and the Biscuit. Yeah, I'm up here. All right, Pushy, where are you? Who's Pushy? Well, I'm Pushy. All right, you're on deck if you want to head this way. Or actually, if you guys are ready, the Biscuit's ready, we can throw you guys in there. You ready to fight? All right, Pushy, let's get in there and live up to your name. The Biscuit, she's ready for you, and I think she looks pretty terrifying. Now, there's something special about this next bot in here, so you can go ahead and load. Is this your first event? It is your first event? Are you excited? All right. Oh, this is the witch. Okay, this is actually a Viper kit, is it not? The Witch Doctor version of the Viper kit. Got it. So this is our first lifter that I think we've seen today. Again, great way to start with these bots is because they're relatively safe. You're not going to hurt yourself with it, so that's a great starter bot. But the Biscuit here is a special bot in that it's what's called a shuffler. And if you look close, you're going to see that he has no wheels on the bot. And he's not going to move very fast, but why would you have a shuffler bot if it's slow? Well, because in the rule set that we use, if you have no wheels, you get a 50% weight bonus. So he's a 1.5 pound bot in a 1 pound class. So that gives often where that weight goes, you guessed it, the weapon. So this is why people like to build shufflers. All right, so again, on your left side, we're holding on. All right, so then on the right side, sporting the Team Witch Doctor Viper kit. What is your name again? Pushy. How can I forget this? I need cue cards or something. Pushy facing off on your left side against the Biscuit. First time driver on your right. She's excited. Let's see this thing go. Drivers, are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, fight. And both bots coming out. Biscuit's got his weapon spun up, but Pushy, living up to her name, does the first job of kind of making contact and sending him across the arena. But Biscuit's got that weapon spun up now, and you can see there's quite a bit of force in that weapon. Now, she can push him into the wall and cause him to get stuck. We'll unstick him once, but that is a legit tactic. And for a first-time driver, she's doing really well, because let me tell you, the Biscuit is not an easy opponent. A minute and 30, under a minute and 30 remain, and she tries to get in there and do that little lift and puts him in the corner. She's doing a good job of getting him where he can't operate. All right, so here we go. And still trying to do the lift on the Biscuit. Pushy's doing a good job of keeping control, I think. A little bit under a minute on this fight. The Biscuit getting that weapon back up, but the Biscuit's upside down. Oh, big hit. Oh, no. Oh, and she taps out. And one good hit solves that fight. The Biscuit is your winner. I'll tell you what, though, for a first-time driver, that was pretty amazing. And again, the Biscuit is not, as you saw at that last hit, the Biscuit is not a robot to take lightly.
Good tap, too.
Yeah, and there's definitely some logic to when you want to tap out, because at this point in time, Pushy still has one more match that they can play. So it's sometimes best to retreat, repair, and live to fight a different day. So that's a viable option. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I just heard, we're going to be doing places, first, second, third place, but also drivers. There is a most wrecked category. All right, so we have two prizes that are not standard: most wrecked and most airtime. So drivers, this gives you something a little something extra to work for. If you want to get that most wrecked trophy, just go in there and be reckless or wreckful. Reckless seems to not be the right word, because you want to be wrecked, not reckless. Wreck more. Oh, okay. So I've just told some of the prizes for those two particular categories. We got two little drones here that were donated by Team Junkyard Dog. Thank you, Junkyard Dog. So if you're either the most wreck or if you get the most airtime, which makes sense, you can win yourself a little drone. So there you go, an appropriate prize for most airtime. So now entering the arena, I don't know, is this R2-D2 or R2RR? He's a pirate robot, sporting the black and red Robot Ruckus. Ah, the Robot Ruckus colors, yes. So no, unfortunately, R2RR is not going to be fighting, but maybe we'll put in one of the Camp Witch Doctor bots, two of them. Uh-oh. So now we're having Madman drive against actual BattleBots drivers. High five, with obviously the high five, and medieval times versus R2RR. I guess let's go ahead and put a counter on this, eh? We'll do a 2-minute fight. In 3, 2, 1, fight. Now that's pretty brave, putting R2RR in there, but high five. They're ganging up on him, but R2's like, hey, I'm just gonna drive over you. Oh, high five. Got R2 on the ropes, and that's it. I think R2 is probably not going to self-right. And going to town with that axe. So, oh, the humanity indeed. All right, hang on. Let's pause this for a second. We're going to put R2 back to life. All right, so we can go ahead and start the timer again. A minute and 22 seconds of this carnage remains. We can see parts flying all over the place. It is a madhouse. And that's an effective little flipper, that high five there. But indeed, these are two of the kits that we've been talking about, the Camp Witch Doctor kits. They're really great. Medieval times and high five. The really cool thing about these kits that if you have a younger driver, you can get the base kit, but then you kind of decorate them yourself. You can 3D print different parts. But medieval times and high five having a little bit of team inner-fighting, and R2 tries to get away, but they're like, no, let's redirect back to R2. All kits have except for R2 doesn't. All the kits, the Witch Doctor kits do self-right, so you can see if they get flipped over, they can flip themselves back. Well, this one is done in 15 seconds. And anyway, this has been a really fun demonstration of what those little kits are. Again, super easy to build. Check it out next door. You can talk to Andrea over there. We're in Team Witch Doctor. And we're done in 3, 2, 1. And that's a match. It's never too young, and you're never too old, actually, to get involved with this. This community, I'm actually relatively new to the community myself. I've only been doing this for about a year. But what I find is the community is very friendly, and when you come to these competitions, if you're having any sort of problems, people all kind of pull together and help you. They've given me parts and motors, and so it's a really great community to get involved in. And again, Florida is actually, we're very lucky. Florida actually has a very active robotics community with some of the real BattleBot, the teams that you see on the show, Gruff, Extinguisher, Witch Doctor, Kraken. I'm probably leaving some out, but these are all the teams that you'll see on the show. They all live in Florida. So we get to have their support a lot, and we really appreciate that. How are we doing? Are we okay. All right. Well, if you're ready, then let's go ahead and load in. This will be our last fight in this morning round. Beef Supreme and Hypnotic are loading up. All right, so Hypnotic, you can see there is a wedge-type bot, so he's going to be aiming for speed, durability, and control, and he does look like a quick little bot. Beef Supreme will be loading up next. It's got sort of a vertical, not quite a beater bar, but a vertical weapon. It's got the oversized, really thick tires. I talked a lot today about foam tires being a target, but I don't think I've ever seen them come off Beef Supreme before. I think they're pretty durable on this spot. All right, so on your right side, we have Hypnotic in the blue and the white, facing off against Beef Supreme on your left with the gold and the big black tires. Drivers, are you ready? Drivers, are you ready? Good. All right, let's do this then in. Audience, help me out. 3, 2, 1, fights. This is our last fight of the morning. We'll be back at 1 o'clock. We'll probably be doing some demos in between. Beef Supreme driving on 2 wheels like the Dukes of Hazzard. Maybe this audience is too young for that. I got it. Oh, I heard one person got it. Thank you. All right, Beef Supreme. Oh, Beef Supreme. I don't know who he made contact with. I think maybe it was the floor, but Hypnotic's got to push against the wall. Got to let him go in. Well, boom. In the rule set that we use, you can pin an opponent, but you can only keep them there for 10 seconds, and then you have to let them go. Often a strategy on a wedge bot like Hypnotic, obviously they have no active weapon, so they often try to use the other person's weapon against them. And we've seen that a couple times now, where Hypnotic trying to get him into the walls, but it looks like he might be having some mobility issues there for a second, as he wasn't moving as Beef Supreme was pirouetting around him. A little under a minute left in this fight to go. A little bit of a love tap there, but so far, That wedge is doing really well and has really done a good job of getting under Beef Supreme, who's been frustrated not being able to really get good connection with that vertical spinner yet. Heard a little bit of nibbles there. 30 seconds remain. 30 seconds remain in this fight. This could be one that goes to the judges. We'll have to see. Trying to get in there and get that last little hit. 20 seconds. Beef Supreme, that wedge though of Hypnotic doing a great job keeping him around. 13 seconds. And this one is going to go to the judges at this point. There's not enough time for a count out. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is a match. Congratulations. All right, so audience, you are our, oh, we have 3 judges now, but we'll do the audience take anyway. So if you believe that Hypnotic in the white and blue won it, let's hear it for Hypnotic. But if you believe that it is Beef Supreme who just loaded out, let's hear it for Beef Supreme. Oh, well, we'll have to see what the judges say. But again, when it comes to the judges, there's 3 categories our judges will be looking for: damage, control, and aggression. And so if it's a hard one on a control bot, like a wedge, to get damage points unless you cause the other bot to damage themselves. So they'll be looking mostly, I think, at control and aggression here, as there was not a whole lot of damage at all in this match. So let's see what the judges say. We'll give them a second. We'll be right back. Okay, and what I'm going to call our first split decision of the day, because the judges don't agree with the audience. This one goes to Hypnotic, your winner. Congratulations. Okay, so that's the wrap for our morning session. We probably did you guys want to do some demos in the arena, or are you gonna do that later today? Yeah, so they'll do some. So Team Witch Doctor can be doing some of the demos of their kits here. So if there's kids who want to come by and see these, maybe even get a chance to drive them, please stop by. But we'll be back at 1 o'clock for more robot fighting fun. Enjoy the show until then. Thank you. Small Hex is going to be the next one now. Counterfeit is what we call a horizontal spinner. So his weapon is obviously spinning horizontally, has good reach. Particularly at this weight class, the horizontals have to be careful. This is a wood wall arena, so getting stuck is a potential problem. Small Hex is loading him now. This looks to be, I can't get a good look at him yet, looks to be like a vertical spinner, like a beater bar type, or egg beater we might call it. We're loading these in a safe way, because these weapons on these things are strong enough they'll take your finger off no problem. So safety is a big concern. We're doing safety first, fun second, or destruction and fun. They go hand in hand. All right, so we got the 2 bots on your left side. In the purple and the white is Small Hex. Let's hear it for Small Hex. Facing off on your right side, Counterfeit. Drivers, are you ready? All right, audience, count me in with this in 3, 2, 1, fight. And 2 minutes on the clock. Hex races across the arena to get to the Counterfeit. Misses, we already see some big parts flying off. Oh, and I think that's a drive bell for Counterfeit's weapon. So Hex is now probably the only, and Counterfeit taps your winner. Wow, fast match, Small Hex. That was a fun fight. All right, Hyperfixation and Proto X, you are next. After that, we're gonna be moving to the ants, so we'll need Clown versus Madman, Triple versus Insomnia. You guys will be on deck. That was a fast fight. Usually they're not quite that quick. Up next is Hyperfixation and Proto X. Hyperfixation and Proto X. These are another set of Beetle Round fights. If you're interested in getting involved with this is actually a very fun hobby. It's really easy to get involved with. Florida is actually a great state to get involved in combat robotics. We've got a lot of action going on here. Parents, if your kids are interested in this, the space next door is Maker Effects, and you can see their Camp Witch Doctor has their kit bots there, as you can demo and you can play with. So that's a great way to get young kids started. Older kids, if you're more like me and want to get started, there are other resources. PalmBeachBots.com is a great place to buy kits and robot parts. We want to thank Robot Ruckus and Build Fight Fun for helping us put this on. This was a rather last-minute thing, so let's hear it for Build Fight Fun for coming down all the way from Tallahassee and setting this up. We do have some merch over here if you want some Robot Ruckus shirts, hats. Coffee mugs are great. I had used mine this morning. All right, are we all loaded up? Almost loaded. All right, so both of these bots have some blue, so that's not a defining factor, but in the closer side to you is hyperfixation, and facing off against, on the side closer to me, Proto X. Both of these are very experienced drivers. Gonna be a good fight. Drivers, are you ready? All right, then let's do this in 3, 2, 1, fight. And you can hear those weapons fire up. Immediate contact. Uh-oh, they might be a little bit locked. Push them against the wall. As they duke it out. Saw something fly off there, but I didn't quite see what it was. But you can hear just the sound of just those weapons spinning. Nice big hit. Oh, big sparks there. Weapon on weapon action, it looked like. And we managed to get off the wall, but he's inverted, but not for long. Proto X got him back into the corner. Big hit. Hyperfixation bouncing end over end. There is 1 minute, 10 seconds left in this fight, and it is a good one already. Do a little pirouette there as they, that's the kind of forces that are generated by these weapons, is that you get this centripetal force, and it just launches them off on 2 wheels. Pinned against the wall, we need to see them moved in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You gotta release. All right, the match is still going. 36 seconds left. But in our rules, you can only pin your opponent for 10 seconds, so that's why we did that countdown there. Under 30. Hyperfixation. That wedge on Proto X doing a good job of keeping hyperfixation away from landing any big blows. This one looks like it's going to go to the judges. 14 seconds remain. Got him pinned again. Got to release in 10, 9, well, it's going to 8. But this ends in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's a match. This one will go to the judges. All right, but audience, let's hear what you have to say. If you think your winner on your left side is hyperfixation, let's hear it for hyperfixation. Or if you think it's Proto X on your right, let's hear it for Proto X. I don't know, judges. The audience says it's a close one to call. So again, what the judges are going to be looking for is damage, although neither bot seemed to be significantly damaged in that match. So now it's about aggression and control. Both bots. We only have 2 judges. Okay. So they so they'll have to. There's a number of points they can give to each category, just like in the show BattleBots. So they're going to talk it over and figure out who's who won that one. In the meantime, we need to get Clown and Madman. All right, Clown, you can go ahead and start to log. All right, so Clown, you're on deck. Triple D and Insomnia. Triple D and Insomnia. We're going to load that one up. And still waiting. We'll tell you what the judges say here about that last match in just a second. The funny thing about electronics is once they release their magic smoke, they don't work so well anymore. Hoping that we don't set off any fire alarms. Okay, so that last match, this is a tough one, and after much consternation, it comes down to a working weapon, and your winner on that one by really contentious decision is Hyperfixation. That might have been the hardest one I've ever seen to call. All right, so we're waiting on Triple D and Insomnia. Triple D, Insomnia, you can go ahead and load, I guess. The Triple D. Okay, still need a minute. All right, how about, ooh, boy, that stinks. How about Wheelie and Tyrone? Wheelie and Tyrone, how are you guys doing? All right, Wheelie, where's Wheelie? Wheelie? This is father on son match. All right, so Wheelie and Tyrone are going to be our next competitors here because they're ready to go. That is nothing like the smell of lipos. Ugh. All right, loading up here is Wheelie and Tyrone. This is Team Junkyard Dog, father and son team. I always joke, until they're old enough to drive home, it's not a good idea to beat your dad. You might have a hard time getting home. This is I think, Steve, this is a new bot for you, huh? Both of them are new, right? So this is, if you ever watch the show BattleBots, Wheelie is kind of inspired, I guess, from Huge, right? So it's got these big wheels and a big weapon in the center. So it kind of shifts the dynamics where makes the juicy bits to hit a little taller. Although those wheels are then a potential problem. Although I think those are TPU, so they're really durable, very flexible 3D printed material. So Wheelie's obviously on your left side with the big wheels in the blue, and Tyrone, the new reimagined Tyrone, is on your right in the gold trim. Drivers, are you ready? All right, the Wheelie seems to be a fan favorite already. Then let's do this. Coming down in 3, 2, 1, fights. And here we go. Wheelie drifting across the, oh, that was a pretty big hit. Uh-oh, but I think that's Wheelie. Oh, no! It's one Wheelie now. It's one Wheelie now. I think I haven't seen a tap out though, so we're still going. 10, 9, 8, yeah, thanks for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your winner, Tyrone. So this is the thing. You try new stuff. You try new stuff and it doesn't maybe always work the way you want it to the first time, but you come back and you try it again. All right, Madman, how you doing? Okay. Triple D, how you doing? Triple D, you ready? All right. So you'll be on deck, Triple D and Insomnia. Ooh. Insomnia is tough, so hang in there. You can load in either side, whichever side you want. All right, loading in just now, Triple D. I think this is your first event, right? So far, he has won 100% of the matches he's fought. 100% of them. Best driver on the floor. Insomnia, you need to look out. He is undefeated. That said, I fought Insomnia in the past, and he's opened me like a can opener. So, yeah, he's got a fearsome bot. So one of the things that when we load bots into the arena, we load what we consider to be the least dangerous first, and then the more dangerous one goes second. So in this case, the event organizer, the referee, has kind of identified Insomnia as the more fragile bot. As you can see, he gently places it into the corner. But yes, so I think in this case, Insomnia's got that really long reach vertical spinner. Uh-oh, we got some control problems here. Do you guys need to postpone? You still want to fight? All right, he's a brave man. All right, so I guess we're ready to go. We have Triple D on your left side. Let's hear it for him at his inaugural event, undefeated, facing off against Insomnia on your right. I gotta turn myself around. Drivers, are you ready? All right, let's do this then in 3, 2, 1, fight! And they come back out. Insomnia, oh! Heavy hit right from the beginning, pushes him into the corner. I'm seeing pieces fly everywhere, but oh, another big hit. We're missing a wheel on Triple D. Uh-oh, battery's out. That's a match. Your winner, Insomnia. Congratulations. This is a really fun sport, but let me tell you, don't get attached to anything that you build because it won't stay that way for long.
Here, come over here.
All right, next up, Hypnotic and Biscuit. Hypnotic and Biscuit. If we can get you... All right, so we're going to fill a little time. We're going to do an audience participation, and we're going to let one of our audience members drive against one of our judges, I think. And we're going to be, no, I think we already got somebody. We're going to be demoing, these are the Camp Witch Doctor bot kits that you can get. You can go to Camp, I think, what is it, teamwitchdoctor.com/camp, and you can purchase these. What's great about these is they're really easy to put together. You don't have to know how to solder. You don't have to know how to fabricate anything. So we're bringing up what's your name, man? What's your name? Alex. Have you ever driven a robot before?
No.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well then let's show him how it's done. So it looks like we've got High Five versus, what is it, medieval. Medieval Madness, I think, is maybe the name of the other one. All right, Alex, you can go ahead and stand up. Come up right here so you get a good view. Oh, and we're even throwing R2RR in there. Earlier today, we saw these two Camp Witch Doctor bots gang up on R2RR and push him all over the arena. Alex is getting a quick tutorial from one of the actual Team Witch Doctor members right here from the show BattleBots. And so Alex is getting a rare opportunity to drive against an actual BattleBots team member. All right, so we're going to do this 2 minutes on the clock. I'm telling you, though, so it's going to be High Five versus, I think, Medieval Madness facing off against R2RR, sporting the Robot Ruckus colors driver. R2 Ruckus, Robot Ruckus. Alex, are you ready? All right, drivers, are you ready? Let's do this in 3, 2, 1. Straight out the streets is Alex. Fight! So if you go next door to the Maker Effects booth, they have some of these that you can demo too. Like I said, you can buy these online. R2RR, Robot Ruckus, is doing pretty good, staying away. High Five's going to get underneath him, and he's toppled him over quite a few times last time. It's a strong little lifter bot. Oh no, R2 takes him to the wall. Oh no, R2 then runs away wisely. Oh, and there he goes. High Five knocks him over. Alex swinging at him with the axe. Kick a man when he's down, Alex. Oh, he's taking it to the dome. This is a brutal crowd. All right, let's see. Should we pause the timer and see if we can put R2 back on his feet? All right, let's pause the timer. We can maybe put him back up right. Alex, are you having fun? Are you gonna say, hey, Mom and Dad, I wanna go get one of these next door. Can I do that? Yeah, okay, good. I tell them Jamie sent you, I get a 10% commission. I'm just kidding, I don't. It is really fun though, it's a great, obviously it's a lot of fun just to kind of go in here. These are really safe options to start with. You're not gonna hurt yourself with any of these. And so check them out next door at the Maker Effects booth. There's a little demo, like I said, you can go ahead and test drive them and talk to Andrea, who's on Team Witch Doctor as well. She'll tell you all about them. Otherwise, you can also go to websites like palmbeachbots.com. Also has Viper kits, which we've seen several of those so far. That's another great way to get started. Okay, then we got 57 seconds left on the clock. Let's do this in 3, 2, 1. And here we go again. R2 trying to stay out of the way. And High Five going after his team member, Alex. Uh-oh. The nice thing about that flipper on High Five is it can actually be used as a flipper or as a grappler. You can kind of grab things as well. But R2 is not afraid and pushes Medieval Madness across the floor. 30 seconds remain in this demo fight. All right, we're down to 20 seconds. Clown and Madman will be up after this. Madman is currently driving R2, so he'll need a second to get his spot. 10 seconds remain, and this has been a fun fight. We've only seen R2 topple once. We're done in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is a match. All right, audience, who won that? Was that R2? How about High Five? How about Medieval Madness with Alex? All right, Alex, you are a fan favorite. I hope you had a good time. Was that fun?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, like I said, you can go next door, check those out. Camp Witch Doctor has an exhibit over there. Try and test drive them. While we're waiting for the next ones, then we have loading up is Clown and Madman, who's taking out R2 right now. Clown, this is your first. A match as well, and this is a cool overhead saw type bot. It's untried at this point, so this is her first time trying this out. This will be fun. We do want to give a big thanks to Megacon for having us out this year. Thank you to Robot Ruckus who hooked us up, and of course the guys from Build Fight Fun who provided us the arena and the awards and all the kind of cool support to make this happen. So thank you very much, everybody, for making this happen. This is a fun time. Hopefully we'll be back next year. All right, so overhead saw versus it looks like Madman's now put his weapon on this time. He was a wedge the last time we saw him. He's got forks and a vertical spinner. So these robots, some of these kits have interchangeable weapon systems too. So you can do a wedge one fight, or you can run, in this case, a vertical weapon. All right, so on your left, in the corner closest to you, is Clown. Let's hear it for her. This is her first match. Oh, I see that. All right, and then Crazy Madman is closest to us on your right side. Oh, sorry, did I say that wrong? Who is this? Oh, yeah, okay. All right, then, drivers, are you ready? All right, drivers, are you ready? All right, help me down, audience, in 3, 2, 1, fight! All right, and Clown comes out. Can hear that weapon going, but she got pinned. Got to release in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now has to release. All right, you might ask, well, why would someone do that? Well, that shows control, and that's one of the things that we're looking for in the judging. You can hear that saw spinning up. So far has yet to contact. Oh! There we heard some sawing, but the forks seem to have deflected it. Uh-oh, no, we're not seeing any movement. We got to see movement from Crazy Madman in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's a match. Your winner, Clown. Hypnotic and the Biscuit is up next. Hypnotic. All right, Hypnotic, where are you? Yep, Clown is now 1-0, 100% undefeated, at least for now. Hypnotic. Now coming up, the next fight, the Biscuit is an interesting design. It is what's called a shuffle bot. A shuffle bot doesn't have any wheels, and the benefit of having that configuration is they're not the fastest bots in the world, but the rules say that if you don't have wheels, you can get a 50% weight bonus. So he's a 1.5 pound robot in a 1 pound class. And I can tell you, typically, the extra weight goes into the weapon, although I think he's put most of that into the armor. All right, after this, we're going to go back to the Beatles, Rain and Snowstorm. You're on deck, Rain and Snowstorm, and then Big G and Foo Fighter, you'll be after that. This will be 3 matches that remain for this session. We have another session at 3 and again at 5, and we'll of course be here tomorrow as well. All right, so on your left side, loaded in and the square closest to you, that is the Build Fight Fun square, is the Biscuit, Shufflebot, horizontal spinner, facing off against Hypnotic on the Robot Ruckus square, who is a wedge, but we saw both of these bots earlier, and they are formidable. All right, drivers, are you ready? All right, then, let's do this in 3, 2, 1, fight! And Hypnotic, quick off the starting block. There goes the weapon on the, he's gonna take, it looks like Hypnotic is gonna try to shove him into the wall and use his weapon against him. That weapon on the Biscuit was a little slow to spin up, but now it seems to be going full speed. So far, the nimbleness and the speed of Hypnotic is doing a good job against the Biscuit, but Biscuit just took a little bit of a chunk out of him and rides him into the corner and throws him upside down, which is not a great, I think, well, the robot looks to be designed that it can run both ways, but I think he prefers to have that weapon higher. Does take a nice chunk out of that wedge, but that wedge is pretty strong. He's gonna have to do better than that. Hypnotic's doing a pretty good job. I was just about to say, staying out of the reach of that weapon. I'm not quite sure what that is. It looks like maybe it was a wheel guard. Oh, I can't see what that was. But there's a big piece of white plastic over there for sure. The Biscuit flies across the arena, hits the wall, and not seeing that weapon spinning, Hypnotic takes him to the wall. 40 seconds remain in this fight. The Biscuit backing up, trying to get that weapon spinning again, but Hypnotic staying close to allow that, to make sure that doesn't happen with 30 seconds left in this fight. We have seen some damage. I'm still not sure. Oh, I see. It's part of the lid that came off, the top lid. And it turned into a little bit of a grapple match with 20 seconds left. Hypnotic pushing him around, trying to show that control. 15 seconds remain. The weapon's spinning up again with 7 seconds left. And this one ends 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the match. This one goes to the judges. But let's see what the audience think. Audience, was it the biscuit? Or would you give that one to Hypnotic? Oh, the audience favorite. And this one is Hypnotic. But let's see what the judges say. All right, in the meantime, we're going back up to our Beatles. So Rain and Snowstorm, you are loading in as soon as the arena's clear. Rain and Snowstorm. And then our last fight of the this session will be Big G and Foo Fighter. Big G and Foo Fighter. And the judges say the fan favorite Hypnotic won that match. Congratulations, Hypnotic. All right. Rain and Snowstorm. Rain and Snowstorm. All right, here we go. This is the cosplay match. All right, so what's your name?
My name is Skyla.
Okay, and what are you cosplaying?
Makima from Chainsaw Man.
All right. A fan favorite, and you?
Taylor. Link from Legend of Zelda.
Oh, yeah. A classic, a classic. All right, well, step on up. They'll give you a quick tutorial on how to drive these. Like, I can almost hear The Legend of Zelda in my head from, like, my Nintendo NES days, but, yeah, not quite. So both of these lifters, so what they're getting prepped on right now is how to drive them, right? So in the remote controls, you have 2 joysticks. One joystick on the right, typically set up to be your drive. So if you push forward, you go forward, you pull back, you go back, left, right. And then the second stick is usually the weapon. So either it throttles her up, or in the case of a lifter, they will, actually lift the arm. So it looks like we have Hungry Hippos against High Five. I don't know that that's his actual name. All right, drivers, are you ready? Oh, we've got R2 in there as well. Robot Ruckus R2. Are you guys ready? All right, let's do this then in 3, 2, 1, fight. All right, I'll keep the timer on my watch. We got some early action there. All right, so I finally got the timer started. We'll give it about another minute 45. Trying to lift R2, and there he goes! Oh, poor R2. Why all the hate? Why all the hate? All right, we're just gonna leave him down there. So now we're gonna have to do Camp Witch Doctor on Camp Witch Doctor, going after each other. Who do you think's winning so far? Do we think it's Hungry Hippo? Or the hand? Happy High Five. High Five. I'm making up all names as I go here. Neither one. Oh! There's a good lip, but Hungry Hippo was able to right themselves. We've got about 45 seconds left in this fight. Now these lifters can either be used, it looks like Hungry Hippo's a little on the top heavy side. Oh, with a full flip! But High Five, right, no problem. That's what these bots are designed to do. If they flip over, they can flip themselves back upright. 30 seconds remain in this fight. R2 is staying off to the side, trying to stay out of the way. All right, this one's 15 seconds remain. This one's going to have to be decided by the audience. Going to be a tough one. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's a match. All right, if you think it was R2 your winner, let's hear it. All right, there's some. If we think it was Hungry Hippo, let's hear it. If we think it was High Five, let's hear it. Ooh, that one's close to call, but I think we're gonna have to give that one to Hungry Hippo. Congratulations, nice driving. All right, like I said a couple times, right next door they have a couple of these where you can go test drive them. So if you want to test drive, you can. All right, so we're gonna load up rain in snowstorm. Snowstorm or snowstorm. All right, so we're going back to the 3-pound class. If you just joined us recently and haven't seen any of the 3 pounds fight yet, you'll see these bots hit quite a bit harder. They make a lot more noise, a lot more sawdust, and they're generally a lot of fun to watch. They have a lot more power. They're 3 times as big as the smaller ones. Snowstorm is just the one loaded in there in the blue, and gonna drive over to the far corner there. Loading in now is Rain from Purple Fire Robotics. You guys are just down the road at Florida Poly, right? The very long road by 4, where you two can go a mile in 60 minutes. All right, so Rain is just loaded in as the purple and the black, also a horizontal spinner. All right, drivers, are you ready? Got 2 thumbs up. Timer, are you ready? Let's do this then. Audience, help me out. 3, 2, 1, fight. Both weapons up to speed. Snowstorm, you can hear that loud weapon. Oh, big hit. Sends Rain flying. Looking for those tires. Those are always a soft target. But Rain has those big long forks that are really hard to get around. It had him pinned there for a couple of seconds. You can only do that for 10 seconds, but we didn't start the countdown. Snowstorm tipping him up, hitting him softly on the side. That could have been a different story if that weapon had been up to full. Uh-oh, there goes one of Rain's wheels, and I'm not seeing Rain's weapon working. And Snowstorm letting him have it. It looks like those forks maybe got bent over, which is not going to help him win the low game. Are they tangled is the question. That other wheel precariously dangling off the side there with about a minute left in this match. And it has him pinned 10, 9, 8. They releases. All right, we're going to pause here. I guess I didn't see that. They are stuck. Looks like that fork got stuck into the side of Snowstorm. Brian being very careful not to put his fingers in there. I don't blame him. He's complaining about a scratched robot, Brian. I think you're going to owe him some money. Uh-oh. All right, and Rain taps at this point. Your winner, Snowstorm. Apparently they are quite stuck. So what we're going to do is we're going to safety up, we're going to power down, and let those two sort it out. All right, we got one last match here. It is Big G versus Foo Fighter. Big G and Foo Fighter, you'll be next as soon as the arena's clear. So one of the things, I don't know if you've noticed, but one of the things that, I guess it wasn't that stuck, is we always have safeties in our weapons when we take them out. Because that way, if something were to accidentally spin up when it was in somebody's hands, like no one's going to get hurt. So safety is a big deal. Again, we load the arena in a very specific way, and then we make sure that the bots are safely handled outside of the arena. Foo Fighter and Big G coming up next. This is the 3-pounders. We don't have as many of them at this competition, so we're doing more of a round robin style. So I'm having a hard time keeping up with who's going when. But this will be our last fight for this hour. We'll be back at 3. with the next couple of rounds. And then I think we have another one again at 5. In the meantime, feel free again to stop by next door, check out Maker Effects and the Camp Witch Doctor kits, which are fun. You can even demo drive them over there. And if you like to get involved with this sport, feel free to come up and talk to any of the builders. They'll be happy to tell you how to get started. Yeah, it's a great community and a lot of fun. In this sport, there's anything from just buying a kit and assembling it to fully designing your own robot. A lot of kids are learning how to get their engineering skills up. So mom and dad, this is actually a good hobby in terms of a lot of these kids have learned how to do Fusion, like CAD drawing, Fusion 360 or SolidWorks. So they're designing these bots from the ground up. Or there's plans. You learn skills like fabrication and how to 3D print parts, how to cut parts. So it's actually a really educational thing too. But let's be real. It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun to watch these things collide. And you know, you'd think that after you spend all this time building one of these bots and you put it in the arena and then watch it get destroyed, you'd cry. But almost it's a lot. It's just kind of it's part of it. All right, so loaded up now, we've got Foo Fighter in the pink and white facing off against Big G on your right in the blue. Drivers, are you ready? All right, audience, help me. This is our last one for this hour. In 3, 2, 1, fight! Oh, big fight. Big G comes out with big guns and sends Foo Fighter flying. But Foo Fighter is not done yet, and shoots back a couple more of his own shots. I do see some wheels, some rubber on that. We need to release in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay, then we'll release. Oh, Big G's wheel is off. As long as we can still see movement, it's okay. He's got 3 others. Crab walking is movement, so that is legit. I'm not hearing any weapons, though. Can't really see. Yep, it doesn't look like we have any weapons. That could be a problem with a minute 15 left. This one could be a hard one to judge. Yeah, it looks like we're getting into a shoving match here. So now the drivers are going to be looking for aggression and control, or the judges are going to be looking for aggression and control. Of course, there has been some damage, so that will come into the equation as well when they decide a winner. It is assuming that nobody dies here, in the next 50 seconds. Foo Fighter was stuck in the corner, got himself out. Certainly more mobile than Big G at this point. Problem with not having the extra wheel, it looks like that weapon is now touching the floor, so it can't spin. He's upside down, and with a weapon, he's off balance. 25 seconds remain. Got to release in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and he's released. So we got 13 seconds left in this fight. But again, that's all about showing control with 8 seconds left. This one goes to the judges in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's a match. Congratulations, both drivers. Give us a second and we will get the judges' decision here. Again, we'll be back. We'll be doing some more fights at 3 o'clock. So come back and join us. But stick tight for a second. We'll tell you who won that last match.
I forgot to lock tight my bolt thing, so that was fine.
And your judges have spoken. Your winner of that last match, Foo Fighter. All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you back at 3. In the meantime, check out our friends over at Maker Effects and look at the Camp Witch Doctor bots. You can go drive them over there and learn how to buy a kit your own. See you soon.
And in the other side of the arena it's Triple D. Builders, are you ready? Judges, are you ready? Megacon, are you ready? Let's get this match underway in 3, 2, 1. Fight, robots, fight. Axolotl has that asymmetrical spinner, and Triple D's got that thick wedge on the front. Axolotl gonna try to, Axolotl running at the wedge on Triple D and almost flipping over. That is not good. Oh, looks like Axolotl got to the backside, and they got to the side armor. Now looks like a side shot to the arena. That's not your opponent, Axolotl. Your opponent is Triple D. You can see some of the Lexan plastic flying around the arena, courtesy of Axolotl's asymmetrical spinning weapon. Oh, Axolotl, you are making my heart race, almost slipping over twice. Now Triple D spinning in circles, gonna try to face that wedge towards I can't even speak anymore. What is going on? Oh, more shots continue to fly. Axolotl's weapon still spinning. But is Triple D dead? Triple D, we need to see some movement or you will be counted out. All right, Megacon, let's count him down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your winner by knockout, Axolotl. A very entertaining fight to start this block. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another 1 pound brawl. Are you ready? In one side of the arena, it's Destroyer. And in the other side of the arena, it's Antlash. Builders, are you ready? Judges, are you ready? Megacon, are you ready? It's the classic wedge versus spinner in 3, 2, 1. Fight, robots, fight. Antlash has a scary horizontal spinner, and it looks, sparks flying. That titanium wedge on Destroyer is already bent, but he's still looking for more. Now it looks like Destroyer's gonna try to push around Antlash. Antlash breaks free. Destroyer going in for more, gonna try to square up. He's gonna say, punch me in the face, I can take it. Oh, now it looks like Antlash and Destroyer are both upside down. Their controls are inverted. It's gonna make it twice as hard to drive now. Now they're both running into walls and spinning in circles. This looks like two drunk guys after Megacon. Now it looks like one of the wheels may be coming off of Destroyer. Didn't look like he tied on the set screw enough, and he's down to one wheel. Don't worry, he can still drive. Antlash still upside down, still trying to drive any way he can. It's gonna be tough for these guys. 1 minute to go. It looks like Antlash's weapon, it looked like it was dead, but now it's come to life. Can he do some damage? There's something sticking out of Destroyer. It looks like it's the end of his receiver. If that gets cut, he may lose reception and no longer have control of his robot. Neither one of these guys wanting to hit each other now. I don't know what's going on. It's like the end of Rocky 2. Will someone just hit someone? I want to see destruction or anything. Come on. 25 seconds to go. Antlash running into the wall and Destroyer spinning in circles. Antlash's weapon finally up to speed, but he's not facing the right way. Now he is. He gets a little jab. We're down to 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This one will go to the judges. I don't know what they're gonna say. While the judges deliberate, remember they are judging on 3 categories: damage, aggression, and control. I'm here with Andrew of Destroyer. Andrew, how was that fight? What do you think happened?
I forgot to tighten up my set screw and the wheel fell off, so.
Hey, that happens to the best of us. Sometimes we forget a little bit of Loctite, but you were hanging in there, and that wedge is really tough. That's titanium, is that correct?
Yes, it is very correct.
Titanium, one of the strongest metals. It's now on the front of his robot, hanging on by a couple screws. We'll see if the judges vote in your favor. The results from the judges are in, and your winner, Antlash! And now we are going to redo a match that happened a minute ago. Both teams agreed it was an unfair start that only lasted 2 seconds, so they are going to redo this fight for actual tournament proceedings. Again, I don't know how to speak. If you have just lost a set of keys, that is a pirate ship wheel with a California state flag on it and a key. We have that right now. If you are missing a key with a California flag in the middle of a pirate ship, we have your key. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to redo a fight we had set a minute ago. In one side of the arena, look into his eyes, fall under his trance, it's Hypnotic! And in the other side of the arena, the totally tubular Tyrone! Builders, are you ready? Judges, are you ready? Megacon, are you ready? It's another wedge versus spinner in 3, 2, 1. Fight, robots, fight. Here they go. Looks like Hypnotic is going to shove Tyrone right into the wall. That wedge is tough. Hypnotic very, very fast. 4-wheel drive. No fear against the weapon of Tyrone. Now you can hear Tyrone's weapon spinning up doing what we call the death hum. Tyrone getting shoved around. He's running around on one wheel. He's running on one wheel. Epic tricks, bro, but you don't get points for that. You get points for destruction. Oh, Tyrone slams into the wall. Hypnotic's plan is working as expected. He wants to shove Tyrone into the wall. He wants to shove him into the wedge. He wants to break his fist with his face. Now looks like some of the arena is starting to go too. These walls are wood, but the see-through part, that is Lexan. That is bulletproof glass. Looks like some of the 3D printed materials on Hypnotic are starting to be shredded like Parmesan. Now it looks like Tyrone suck. Oh my gosh. He almost pulled what we call a Malice. If anyone watched BattleBots, Malice got stuck on their back and could not move exactly in that position. Looks like Tyrone, they didn't want history to repeat itself. We're down to 42 seconds. A lot of damage is being done from Tyrone, but a lot of shoving and control is coming on behalf of Hypnotic's top has come off. And we are stopping for an exposed battery. Exposed batteries mean an immediate cause. What a fight! And your winner by forced tap out, Tyrone! I need it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another fight. Are you ready? In one side of the arena, he'll give you the worst nightmare of all. It's insomnia! And this robot isn't clowning around, it's clowned! It's the multi-event champion Insomnia versus the rookies Clown. Are you ready? Are the builders ready? They're ready. Are the judges ready? The judges are ready. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Fight, robots, fight. It's a vertical spinner versus a vertical saw. Insomnia's already killed the saw, and it's a tap out from Clown. Your winner, Insomnia. Insomnia is a scary robot. No wonder it's won so many competitions. It's won so many. The builders lost count of how many times he's won. And it looks like Clown is going to be walking away in their big rubber shoes in defeat. I'm here with Team Clown. You guys put up a heck of a fight in there, even though it only lasted 10 seconds. What happened?
I had no clue.
Her arm snapped right off. Her arm snapped off, her chassis lid that holds the battery in place snapped off, and it got flipped, which it can't self-right right now, so it was completely screwed.
They say the robot is screwed and it's in pieces. You guys are now in the loser's bracket. Hopefully you'll get it set up for the next set of fights.
We still got tomorrow, Basil.
Yeah.
You still have tomorrow. Here we go. It's time for another fight. In one side of the arena, this robot doesn't like to be pushed around. It's Pushy. Really, dude? And the one who's currently destroying the arena right now, when he goes to Taco Bell, he will not just destroy the bathroom, he will destroy everything in his path. It's Beef Supreme.
Weapon.
We're waiting for Beef Supreme's weapon to power off before the fight for a fair start. Builders, are you ready? Judges, are you ready? Megacon, are you ready? It's another spinner versus wedge in 3, 2, 1. Fight, robots, fight. Beef Supreme currently upside down. Is he doing that as a strategical advantage? Here comes Pushy, gonna try to push Beef Supreme around, and it looks like it's working. Pushy going face to weapon. No fear. Oh, and in that exchange, the weapon of Beef Supreme knocked off the wheel of Pushy, and Beef Supreme just yeeted itself at least 3 feet in the air. Beef Supreme looking like a monster truck out there. Pushy down to 1 wheel. Beef Supreme eyeing Pushy, wanting more. Movement is still movement. Pushy's alive. Sparks are flying. I'm losing my voice. Oh, and Pushy just got slammed into the wall. Beef Supreme running on 2 wheels and flipping around like a fish out of water. And he just chucked off one of his own pieces. He's destroying himself. That's not the goal. Less than a minute to go. Both robots a little bit punch drunk right now. Pushy's upside down, spinning on its head like some street performer in New York. And Beef Supreme throwing Pushy around, and it's a tap out from Pushy. Your winner, Beef Supreme. What a fight. That just proves that the tables can turn faster than a robot going 20 miles an hour.
All right. We're going to take a little bit of a break from battles, but don't be disappointed. We're going to do a quick demo here with our Camp Witch Doctor bots, custom bots. You can actually see them next door at the MakerFX booth where they have some demos you can try. We're going to do a demo here. So how are we going to do this, guys? We're going to pick some people out. We got... All right, I need one person from this side who wants to learn. All right, you're the first person I saw. Come on back. On this side, I need one more person. I see you back there, the black shirt. Come on back here. We're gonna teach you how to drive these things. These are fun little bots. They're a kit you can buy from next door. We've got here Hungry Hippo and High Five. We'll give you a quick little lesson on how to drive, and then we'll let you guys have a match. So John, you want to give him a quick lowdown on which body's going to drive, and then where'd Poe go? It's crap. Yeah, I had the same problem. I got here late, and I almost couldn't get back here to announce the fights. So, next door, like I said, you can check these out, but these are fun little bots that can help you get started in this hobby. Come on up. We'll give you a quick lesson. All right, what's your name here?
Gabriel.
Gabriel, have you ever driven a robot before? All right, well, this is a first time for Gabriel driving your in Hungry Hippo, yeah? Okay. And real quick, what's your name before we get started?
Ashley.
All right, Ashley, have you, I suspect you're a professional robot driver. Absolutely not. Okay. So Jedi, may the force be with you. Okay, so we're going to line these bots up into the two opposite corners. Doesn't matter, pick a corner. And we're going to put 2 minutes on the clock. And we're going to let them have at it. Audience, you guys are going to be the judge. So you want to pay attention because I'm going to look to you at the end of this to decide who won. Now, traditionally, we go one different corners. So one corner, go over here.
Go to the right, hand to the left.
Yeah. All right, hand, go over to that corner over there. All the way to the other corner. They make it look easy, I think. When you watch these drivers, you don't appreciate how difficult these things are until you try. Okay. Oh, we're putting the droid in too. Well, because it's a force fight, we need one of the R2 units will be in there. So what tends to happen here is the flipper bots tend to gang up on R2 and knock him over. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as you don't think he's going to hold a grudge against your force powers. All right, 2 minutes on the clock. Let's do this. Audience, help me count down in 3, 2, 1, fight. All right, all the robots are now running around. There's a flipping battle happening. R2 is staying out of the way. Typically, though, what we've seen is the Camp Witch Doctor bots go after R2, but he's kind of hanging out in the corner. I think Poe's afraid to hurt her navigator. Uh-oh. But then I said that, it goes right after. But I'm telling you, when you actually, now R2's got her pinned against the wall. Right behind you. But they're a lot of fun. We got 1:30 left in this fight. Uh-oh. High Five was uprighted for a second and managed to flip herself back. Both of these kit bots are capable of righting themselves if they get flipped the way they're designed. So, it's not an end of the world typically. R2's pushing Hungry Hippo around. But we haven't seen that. This is the first time that we've not seen R2 get flipped over in the first minute. 1 minute remains in this fight. One of the challenges about driving a flipper bot is you have to navigate the bot itself, and then you also have to control the flipper. And sometimes that's a little hard to coordinate. Oh, almost had him there. But R2 holding his own. Can he survive the full 2 minutes without being put over on his side? 30 seconds remaining. Oh! Almost had him. Less than 30 at this point in time. Oh! Almost again. Not quite. R2 holding his own this time. 15 seconds remain. All right, 10 seconds remaining in this fight. R2 might finally have his first fight of the day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's a wrap. R2 is still standing. All right, so audience, who thinks High Five won? Wah, wah, wah. All right, how about Hungry Hippo? How about R2? R2, you are the hero. All right. Well, thank you for participating. Like I say, if you guys want a chance to try one of these, check out our friends next door at Maker Effects. They have some of these here you can demo, and they'll hook you up with a kit if you wanted to buy one. Real quick shout out to a couple of people who made this possible this weekend. Of course, Megacon for inviting us, but particularly Robot Ruckus, the organization that kind of puts this together, and Build Fight Fun, who is been generous enough to drive down from North Florida to provide us the arena. Make all the prizes. These the regular robots are competing for prizes, and we'll be here again tomorrow as we wind down our brackets. So there's some money on the line. There's also some drones that some of our competitors can win for 2 categories: most destroyed, most damaged, and most airtime. Kind of a fitting prize for a drone. Who do we got up next? Foo Fighter and Proto-X. Proto-X, Foo Fighter and Proto-X. Now we're moving back up to our 3-pound class. So for what you were just seeing, you were watching some 1-pounders. These are, of course, much bigger and they hit much harder. So we'll get these loaded up here in a second, and we'll have another fight for you here again. But we're moving up a weight class now. We'll have one more set of fights today at 5, and then we'll be here tomorrow to wind down our bracket. If this is something that interests you, feel free to come up and talk to any of the builders afterwards. We can kind of give you some advice on how you can get involved in this sport. It's actually a real fun sport. Florida's a great place to get involved with this. There's a lot of BattleBots happening here in Florida. A lot of big teams from the actual show, actually not too far from here in Orlando. So we have a lot of support from people doing this on the TV show. Proto-X and Foo Fighter. Proto-X in the blue, Foo Fighter in the white and pink. Getting lined up. We'll get them to their corners and get this fight started. All right, drivers, are you ready? On the Build Fight Fun Square on your left, in the pink and white, we have Foo Fighter facing off against Proto-X on your left. On your right, Proto-X in the blue. Drivers, are you ready? Megacon, are you ready? Let's do this then, and help me. 3, 2, 1, fight. We can hear those weapons spin up. We've got a horizontal beater bar versus more like an egg beater style. Very similar. One's a little bit narrower and has a longer reach. Uh-oh. All right, but here's some sportsmen. Proto-X is going to back into Foo Fighter to knock him back over so that we don't end the fight that way. All right, that's good sportsmanship. And we're back though. A minute and 30 still remain. Oh, those forks getting caught on the, oh, there goes, oh, I guess that was a little decorative googly eye or something. Those forks stuck under Foo Fighter and Proto-X taking him to the rope. We hear Foo Fighter's weapon now spinning up higher. I think it was his. Proto-X, though, puts him on the ropes, gets those forks under there. He's winning the control with the forks so far, it would seem. But it only takes one good hit. And the do-si-do, spin your partner round and around. Another big hit. Oh, Proto-X sends Foo Fighter for a fly. He's uh-oh. Well, so much for that sign. We no longer have squares. 37 seconds remain. And those forks on Proto-X, until then, oh, they did, okay, it came back down, so it looked like it was going to be out there. And Foo Fighter gets another tap. 25 seconds remain in this fight. It's been a good one. .15 seconds remain. This one's probably going to go to the judges, and the judges will be looking for damage, control, and aggression. That will be a hard one. This one ends in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's a fight. This one goes to the judges. But now in this competition, your audience opinion matters. So let me hear it. If you think that Foo Fighter in the pink and white won that fight, let me hear it. All right, but if you are in the Proto X camp in blue, let me hear it for Proto X. Oh, I don't know. Proto X seems to be the favored one. Let's see what the judges say. Oh, sorry. That's we can't do that. And the judges have spoken. Your winner, Proto X. Coming up next, Big G in Hyperfixation. And I think this is our last fight of this hour. Like I said, we'll be back again at 5 for some more fights. We'll be doing, I think, some more. We're doing the 3 pounds pretty much every round, but we have some more 1 pounds to go also at 5. Tomorrow we've got I think shows at 11, 1, and 3. If I'm not 11, 1, and 3. 3 o'clock will be the finale. You'll find out who wins it all. We'll see. We'll do award distribution and all that stuff. So we're getting Big G with, got to get a new battery. We're going to load up here Hyperfixation. Oh, I lied. Hey, we've got twice the fun. We got one more, even one more after this. Yeah, actually, we got another one after this, so good. We got 2 more fights. All right, well, Snowstorm and Small Hex, if you guys are ready, we'll put you guys in, and then we'll come back as Big G's still getting a battery changed. All right, so we're getting these 2 bots in. Loaded up already on your right side in the blue, we have Snowstorm, hoping to put a freeze on Big Hex, who just loaded in on your left. Both of these are vertical type spinner. One would probably be classified as like an egg beater, Hex, Big Hex, and I'm not quite sure what on the Peter bar, you just call that a Peter bar, yeah? This does, yeah. All right, drivers, are you ready? All right, then here we go, folks. If you're ready, we'll do this in 3, 2, 1, fight. And both of those motors spun up and ready to go. Who's gonna land the first hit? Looks like Snowstorm takes a little bit out of Big Hex, but so far, not too bad. Oh, lifts him up, tosses him over, but Snowstorm is now inverted. Not that that's a problem in that it doesn't work anymore, but the driver now has to compensate. Everything's backwards. So left is right and right is left. Big hit, almost a ceiling shot. Maybe it was, I couldn't quite see. Both bots appear to be 100% functional. Uh-oh, just as soon as I said that, it doesn't seem like we're seeing any movement. I'm sorry. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, your winner, Snowstorm. All right, we got one more fight in this 3 o'clock hour. We appreciate everybody coming by. We're looking at Big G and Hyperfixation. If anybody's interested in going to more of these events, you can kind of check out what's going on both here in Central Florida and nationwide, really. The website to check out is buildersdb, the letter D and the letter B.com. That's the kind of one of the de facto sites that tracks all of these events. There's also robotcombatevents.com. So you can check out what's going on. I think there's actually, I think, another competition in Tampa next weekend. And then down the next one would be in like Port St. Lucie in a couple of weeks. Those are going to be both fairly popular events. But it's easy to get involved. All you got to do is get yourself a bot and create an account on buildersdb.com, find an event, register, and away you go. You're a combat robot driver. Loading up now, Hyperfixation. sporting a beater bar configuration. Uh-oh. So it looks like his steering's reversed, so he's going to take a quick second to fix that. It's a fairly easy fix. You just got to get to the top to flip some cables. But this is a great kind of a hobby to get involved with if you got kids. Teaches kids a lot about electronics and physics, as we've seen a couple times. Some of the bots hitting the roof, but also skills like CAD. Some of these bots are kits for sure, so it's easy to get involved. But a lot of these builders are designing and building their own bots from scratch. Usually, it's easy to start with a kit. It's a lot of fun, but then you're like, oh, but I wish it did this, and so you're driven to learn how to design your own. So it's a great thing for kids to get involved with, and as we've been plugging a couple times now, our friends with Camp Witch Doctor, who are gracious enough to sit here and be our judges for this weekend, are demoing and showing their Camp Witch Doctor kits. That again for young kids is a great way to get involved. And also, while we've got a moment, I'm just going to shout out one more time to the guys at Build Fight Fun, who helped us get this going this weekend with providing us the arena and coming down from North Florida to bring this here so we could do this. So we appreciate their support. And Robot Ruckus here in Orlando, is an organization that puts on some of these fights as well. We do have both Robot Ruckus and Build Fight Fun merchandise here. I can personally vouch for the coffee mugs. The travel mugs are great. That's what I use every morning when I come to one of these. Keep my coffee warm and very affordable. But you can always go to buildfightfun.com and buy merch from there too. All right, so Big G has loaded up. Looks to me like there's some drive issue though. Perhaps the tires are a little dirty and not having quite some good traction. The rules for building one of these robots are pretty simple. Pretty much the only thing you can't do depends. Well, there's a couple things you can't do. Depends on where you go. All these bots have to qualify for a certain weight. So the 3 pounds obviously can't go over 3 pounds. 1 pound can't go over 1 pound, unless in some cases, like we have the Biscuit here is one of our bots. It's called a shuffle bot, and the shuffle bot doesn't have any wheels, so it moves via little shufflers. And that gives those kinds of bots a weight advantage. So in a 1 pound class, he could be 1.5 pounds. Other than that, a lot of these tournaments don't allow, I don't think I know any that allow entanglement, so you can't like fire string or something into somebody's weapon to tie it up. But some of these actually also allow fire. Of course, here we can't do that because of fire laws and regulations, but some of these events do allow fire bots too, which is always fun, unless you're on the other end of the flamethrower. Okay, so we got in the box Hyperfixation. He is on your left side with the blue tires, and then close to us we got Big G on your right side. Drivers, are you ready? All right, this is our last fight in the 3 o'clock hour. Then let's do this in 3, 2, 1, fight! And both bots quick out of the block. Oh! Big G landing the first hit. Hyperfixation going for a ride, bouncing across the arena, but still in it. Big G taking apart the wall. Careful, it's not paid for yet. Big hit from Big G. We see a tire off. I know that's Big G's tire, but you can hardly tell. He's unfazed, driving at 75% of tire capacity, but you wouldn't know it. Hyperfixation skating around on one wheel and does manage to land a decent hit. Oh, big weapon on weapon action. Both bots with their weapons spun up pretty high. Big G missing a tire, missing chunks of another one, and currently running upside down. Oh, we're down to one tire, but he's still moving. And hyperfixation just taking all the humanity he has done. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your winner, hyperfixation. That was a good fight. All right, folks, that does it for the 3 o'clock hour. We'll see you again at 5 and again tomorrow at 11, 1, and 3. Enjoy Megacon. Cosplay on. Hello, Megacon. All right, we're going to be starting in about 5 minutes. So the first matches we're going to have Hyperfixation and Small Hex. You should be loading up into the box, followed up by Foo Fighter and Counterfeit. You'll be on deck. We've got 4 more fights today and maybe a demonstration or 2. We are running actually a tournament. So we've got today, this last one's all of our Beetle, 4 of our Beetle weight fights. These are the 3-pound bigger robots we have here this weekend. Anyway, we're going to go in about 4 more minutes, so we're going to get them loaded up. But tomorrow we'll be back for more fighting at 11, 1, and 3, so check us out. 3 o'clock will be the finale, and we'll crown the winners and hand out prizes and stuff, so you won't miss that. Anyway, we'll be with you in about 4 minutes.
Let me know when you're ready. It's 5 o'clock. Good.
All right, let's get this rolling. We've got 4 more fights today. Our first one starting off, if you're just joining us today, the way this works is we have a number of different fights, 2 minutes on the clock each time. The way to win the fight is either completely disable your opponent, and if you can't do that, after 2 minutes it goes to the judges. Judges look for 3 categories. They look for damage, control, and aggression, just like the show BattleBots. And in fact, we've got some BattleBots here today doing our judging for us, so thank you very much, Team Witch Doctor, for helping us out. And with that said, let's go. If you're ready, drivers, are you ready? Yep. Let's do this then in 3, 2, 1, fight. Oh, I forgot to introduce them. We have Purple, Small Hex, facing off against Hyperfixation. We're so excited to tell you about this. I forgot to tell you who's fighting. Big hit by Small Hex, taking off the side of the arena. But then Small Hex does a little, I see the weapon going, but I don't see any movement. In 10. All right, we're going to do a little tap, see if that helps. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and your winner, Hyperfixation. All right, well, that was a short one. So next up, let me see in the list who we got. All right, so Big G and Proto X. Big G and Proto X will line you up. Counterfeit, if you can hear me, we need you back here. Counterfeit. Big G and Proto X will be next. And then Hyperfixation, I got you again facing Snowstorm.
Yeah, I know. I got
All right.
this one.
All right, well, that was a short fight. Sometimes it happens like that. But anyway, we'll get the next one loaded up for you here in just a second. All right, Counterfeit, you'll be on deck here, or if you're ready, we can go with Foo Fighter. So we're looking either for, oh, you need 5 minutes. Okay, so we're looking for Big G and Proto X. Big G and Proto X on deck, Food Fighter and Counterfeit. All right. All right, on this side of the room, Who here has driven a robot before? Nobody. Who here wants to drive a robot? All right, I saw your hand first. In the blue, that's you. On this side, who here wants to drive a robot? I saw you first. You. Sorry, yeah, that was just the first one I saw. All right, come on up here. We'll give you a quick lesson in driving. These are robots that they're kind of they're from Camp Witch Doctor. These are little kits. They're great starters for people who want to come on up. They'll teach you how to drive. They're fun little robots. Oh, we don't have our R2 driver. Oh well. These are fun little. He'll give you a lesson here on how to drive these real quick. So they're fun little robots. This is a great way to get involved. These are from Camp Witch Doctor. This is the Witch Doctor team from BattleBots itself. They've designed these and released these as kits. If you go next door, our friends at Maker Effects, come on up over here. They'll give you a quick lesson. Our friends at Maker Effects are having some demos of these, and they'll tell you how to. If you or your kids are interested in these, they'll show you how you can get your hands on one of these. They're fun, they're safe, great starter kits for getting into the sport. All right, so in the arena we have High Five. He's the one with the hand, and Hungry Hippo. Obviously looks like a hippo. All right, drivers, what's your name here?
Cody.
Cody.
David.
Cody and David. Okay, and then we're gonna throw R2 in. Now, what we've seen so far is the Witch Doctor bots tend to beat up on poor R2, and the goal seems to be to knock him over. Although R2 won the last fight, managed to stay upright for 2 whole minutes. All right, drivers, are you ready? Megacon, are you ready? This is the crazy, hysterical Team Witch Doctor, Camp Witch Doctor bots against R2 in, count me down, 3, 2, 1, fight. And everybody's off lightning fast. They're going after R2. So far, R2 is managing to evade the hand. But uh-oh, they've got him pinned now, 2-on-1. But R2's managing still to evade. But this one might not go so long. Oh, poor Hungry Hippo couldn't get quite the leverage to lift him, but he is pretty top heavy, so the odds are in their favor. Almost, R2 takes him to the wall. May the force be with you. 1 minute and 22 seconds remain in this match. And if this looks fun, folks, it is a lot of fun. But it's not as easy to drive these bots as you'd think. It takes a lot of coordination, and like if you're old like me, it's harder. But I saw R2 almost topple there a little bit. High Five, grabbing Hungry Hippo. The teamwork seems to have broken down. Almost. R2's like, no. Rams him. They got him. All right, now. Poor R2. You got 30 seconds left. I'd say go after each other. Let's finish this off. The hand flips up Hungry Hippo, but both of these bots can self-right, so even if they flip, they should be able to get back under. Looks like the hand's trying to get under Hungry Hippo's. Got his mouth open a little bit. 13 seconds remain. The hand almost gets in there. Hungry Hippo says not gonna have it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's a wrap. Thank you to our novice drivers. All right, so crowd decision, who won? Was it R2? No one for R2. Poor R2. How about High Five? High Five. Who has it for High Five? And then who's got it for Hungry Hippo? All right, I think your winner by audience appreciation, Hungry Hippo. Anyway, those are fun bots. Like I said, you can go next door to the Maker Effects booth. They got some demos there. You can drive one yourself. They're a great way to get started if combat robotics is something you want to do. All right, looks like we're loading up Foo Fighter and Counterfeit, our second of 4 fights in this hour. Again, these are 3-pound bots. So these hit quite a bit harder than the small bots. You'll see there's a high chance of destruction. Of course, that's what we want to see as an audience, but as a driver, perhaps you don't want to see your bot ripped to pieces. But let's be honest, it's pretty boring if it's not. So rip each other to pieces, will you? All right, thumbs up. But in all seriousness, this is not a sport to get into if you get too attached to the bots you build. It's inevitable that eventually they'll get destroyed. All right, so loading up, we already have in the box with the pink and the white, the Food Fighter, facing off against Counterfeit, who is on your right in the Gucci color handbag sort of motif. Horizontal versus beater bar, this is always fun. Okay. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we're looking. Food Fighter's looking for his first win this tournament, and I think Counterfeit second win this tournament. And then Counterfeit, you're 1-1, I think, right? We're doing round robin on this. All right, audience, are you ready? Drivers, are you ready? Let's do this in 3, 2, 1, fight. All right, both bots out of the square. Weapons are hot. Who's gonna connect first? Decent first hit, no damage yet. Oh, that was weapon on weapon, I think. Horizontal spinners can do a lot of damage, but the beater bars can tend to lift and throw people. Lift your partner, do-si-do. So far, feeling each other out. No major hits yet, but we see, oh, and that's our first one. It looks like weapon belt is gone, but we don't see any, oh, there we go. So Food Fighter has a weapon, Counterfeit does not. Oh, but it looks like that damaged him a little. I can see some big marks and chunks out of the side of his armor. 1 minute and 5 seconds left. So now we're probably gonna get into, well, I was gonna say a pushing match, but Food Fighter going after Counterfeit. Big hits. 50 seconds left. Counterfeit's best bet right now is to try to keep control and keep that back end and take that weapon out, which might have just happened. With 40 seconds left now, we can probably get into a control match, and who's going to be able to dominate the control category. 30 seconds remain. Looks like we're doing a little bit of shoving, so I'm going to say at 20 seconds left, we're probably going to the judges on this one. We'll ask the audience your opinion as well, and then the judges will give us the final decision, and they will do that in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's a match. All right, so the judges are going to be looking for a couple of different categories. They're going to be looking for damage. They're going to be looking for control and aggression. So they have a number of points they can assign in each category, and then they'll come up with a decision based on who they thought won those categories. It is possible for a bot to do no damage and still win the match if they had full control and full aggression points. So this runs just like the show if you've ever watched BattleBots. Same kind of difference here. All right, while we're waiting, I think next up, who do we got? Big G and Proto X, you'll be our next up. Big G, Proto X. And let's see what the judges have to say. Well, let me ask you, audience, who do you think won that? Do you think in the pink and white it was Food Fighter? All right. Or was it hyperfixation? Oh, sorry, counterfeit. Sorry, let's hear it again. Counterfeit. Oh, so far the audience thinks it's the audience gives it the food fighter. It's getting towards the end of the day. Everybody's hungry, so he's the match favorite. There's some pretty stiff deliberation going on here. All right, the judges say it's unanimous, but just barely. For your winner, the food fighter. All right, all right. Our next one is Big G and Proto X. This is father versus son, Team Junkyard Dog. Both drivers have been doing this for quite a while and are very skilled. And both of the bots are pretty darn tough. While we have a second, just a quick thank you to Megacon for inviting us out this year. This is our first year here, hoping it's not our last. We'd like to be back next year. Also, big thanks to Robot Ruckus for sponsoring, and Build Fight Fun, who came all the way from North Florida to set up the AV and the arena and basically did all the logistics to make this actually happen. So then if you could give those guys a big round of applause, it'd be much appreciated. Also, thanks to Team Witch Doctor for being our judges today. And again, if you're interested, if this is something that interests you and you want to get involved, Florida is actually a great state in terms of supporting combat robotics. It's easy to get involved with. And so if it's something that interests you, come up, talk to one of the builders after this event or after this part of the show, and I'm sure we'll be happy to tell you how to get involved. A website you can check out is called buildersdb.com. So that's builders and the letter D, Delta, and B, Bravo. That is kind of one of the key sites that tell you about the events that are upcoming. There's like 2 more events in the next 2 weeks that are available. You can buy a kit from Camp Witch Doctor next door, or there's another website, palmbeachbots.com, where you can buy a kit, starter kit, or basically build your own if you want. All right, so loaded in on your left side, we have Big G. Facing off against his dad, driving Proto X on your right. Drivers, are you ready? Both drivers are ready, then help me count down, audience, in 3, 2, 1, fight. And both bots out of the square. Big G's got the weapon mix going pretty strong, but we don't see anything from Proto X. Takes Big G to the wall, pins him there. Can only hold him for about 10 seconds, but we didn't have to start a countdown. Oh, we've seen those forks on Proto X too. Oh, Big G's got him on the ropes. Is he gonna knock him over? And he's gonna try to keep him, but we gotta see movement in 10, 9. Oh, that's the wall, okay. Hang on, there we go. We're unstuck now. Minute 20 remain. Haven't seen anything from Proto X in terms of weapon movement, so Big G having his way. Lining up that hit, going for the saw. He's standing right on that egg beater weapon. It won't spin up. We got to see movement in 10, 9, and he taps your winner, Big G. Taking his victory lap. Hey, if you need a ride home tonight because your dad won't let you, we'll hook you up. But yeah, this is a great sport to be a part of. There are actually a number of families who do it. So if you're looking to get your kids involved, again, this is a great thing. It inspires a lot of kids to grow up and be very interested in engineering and STEM in general. So you can't go wrong. So I think we're looking at hyperfixation and snowstorm is our final event today. The last round is kind of our shortest because we've done most of our fighting earlier. But we'll be back tomorrow At 11, 1, and 3, we'll have more of the Beatles, and we'll also have a lot of our ant weights as well as we march to the finals and who we crown champions tomorrow at 3. So you won't want to miss that. Each weight class has a first, second, and third place prize, and we also have a couple other prizes for whatever bot took the most damage and whichever bot spent the most time in the air. And those bots, we have special prizes donated by Team Junkyard Dog, who just fought. We have a couple of little drones to give away to the drivers who are the most damaged and who spent the most time in the air. So loading up right now, hyperfixation, and snowstorm will be after. All right, loading up now, Snowstorm. Both of these bots have fought several times today and have had some very impressive fights. So I think we're going to be in for a treat here. All right, both of these bots, I'm told, are undefeated on the day. So only one person is going to be able to go home tonight and still claim that. So. All right, so on your left side, closest to you, you have hyperfixation. Facing off on your right, snowstorm. All right, drivers, are you ready for the last fight of the day? Audience, help me count it in. In 3, 2, 1, fight! Both bots spun up. You can hear those weapons. Hyperfixation takes the first trip to the moon, but looking to return the favor. Just misses. Oh! Big hit on Snowstorm. Snowstorm is now inverted, but is designed to run either inverted or regular. The problem is when you're inverted, your controls are all backwards. So right is left and left is right. So the driver has to make adjustments for that. 1 minute and 25 seconds left in this fight. Seen a couple of good hits already. Uh-oh, I see a big screw loose. 2 of them, that can't be good. I know. So we're not seeing any weapon movement out of, oh, nope, there it is. Oh, another big hit from hyperfixation. Snowstorm, though, returning the favor. Hyperfixation bouncing around now that he's inverted. 1 minute left in this fight. Not seeing any movement from, Snowstorm is still moving, so any movement is movement. Not gonna start a countdown yet, as long as we see him crab walking. It looks like we're having some mobility issues on both of ours. All right, we got to see movement there. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your winner, hyperfixation. Well, I'm afraid that does it for us today. We are out of bots to fight, but we'll be back tomorrow, 11, 1, and 3. At 3 o'clock, we'll decide the champions in both the 1 and 3 pounds. You won't want to miss it. We'll hand out prizes as well. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Megacon 2024.